The year was 1945. The world, weary from war, witnessed an event that changed the course of history. The first atomic bombs, harbingers of unimaginable destruction, were unleashed upon Hiroshima and Nagasaki. These events marked the dawn of the nuclear age, a new era defined by both technological marvel and existential dread. The power of the atom, once a theoretical concept, had been unleashed, casting a long shadow over humanity's future. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki serve as stark reminders of the devastating power these weapons possess. These events forced humankind to confront a sobering reality: we had acquired the means to destroy ourselves. The mushroom cloud, a symbol of both scientific progress and human folly, became etched into our collective consciousness. The world entered a new era, one where the fate of entire civilizations could hinge on a single decision. Understanding the power of these weapons is not an academic exercise, it is a matter of survival. In the annals of modern warfare, the B-83 gravity bomb stands as a chilling testament to human destructive ingenuity. This weapon, a product of the Cold War arms race, represents the pinnacle of American nuclear might. With a yield of 1.2 megatons, it dwarfs the explosive power of the bombs dropped on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. Imagine for a moment the B-83 unleashed upon Beijing, a bustling metropolis of over 20 million souls. Carried by the B-2 Spirit, a stealth bomber capable of penetrating enemy defenses undetected, the B-83 could reduce entire city blocks to rubble in an instant. The immediate blast radius would engulf a staggering 4 square kilometers. A massive fireball, reaching temperatures hotter than the surface of the sun, would incinerate everything in its path. Buildings would crumble, bridges would collapse, and millions of lives would be extinguished in a flash of unimaginable heat and light. But the horrors wouldn't end there. The shockwave, traveling faster than the speed of sound, would level structures miles from ground zero. Those fortunate enough to survive the initial blast would face a horrific aftermath. Third-degree burns would afflict anyone within an 8-mile radius. The air itself would become toxic, laced with radioactive dust and debris. The B-83 gravity bomb serves as a stark reminder of the destructive power at our fingertips. Hidden beneath the waves, a silent threat patrols the world's oceans. The Trident II D5 submarine-launched ballistic missile. Deployed by both the United States and the United Kingdom, this weapon system represents nuclear deterrence through assured retaliation. Imagine 2 missiles, each armed with multiple independently targetable re-entry vehicles, or MIRVs, aimed at Moscow, launched from Ohio-class submarines in the US and Vanguard-class submarines in the UK. The Trident II D5 can strike targets over 7,500 miles away. These submarines, lurking silently in the depths, can unleash their deadly payload on virtually any target on the planet, with little to no warning. Each missile carries up to 8 W-88 warheads, each capable of unleashing a 475-kiloton blast, over 30 times the power of the bomb that destroyed Hiroshima. The Trident II D5 would unleash a wave of devastation unlike anything the world has ever seen. The city, home to over 12 million people, would be engulfed in a firestorm of unimaginable proportions. The initial blast would vaporize everything within a 10-mile radius. Third-degree burns would extend to a horrifying 22 miles from ground zero. The Trident II DD5, with its devastating payload and global reach, serves as a stark reminder of the precarious balance of power in the nuclear age. Across the globe, another player commands a formidable nuclear arsenal: China. The DF-5 Intercontinental Ballistic Missile, or ICBM, a cornerstone of China's nuclear deterrent, possesses the range and firepower to strike targets across the globe. Let us consider the potential consequences of a DF-5 strike on Washington, D.C., the seat of American power. With an estimated range of 9,300 miles, the DF-5 can reach the United States from mainland China. Its payload is particularly concerning. It can carry an estimated 3 to 8 MIRVs, each with a yield of up to 1 megaton, over 66 times the destructive power of the bomb dropped on Hiroshima. Imagine the chaos and destruction that would ensue if even a single DF-5 MIRV detonated over the US Capitol. The White House, the Capitol building, the Supreme Court, all symbols of American democracy, would be obliterated in an instant. The National Mall, once a vibrant public space, would be transformed into a desolate wasteland. The Pentagon, headquarters of the US military, would be reduced to rubble. The DF-5, with its ability to strike at the heart of the United States, serves as a sobering reminder of the global reach of nuclear weapons. In the realm of nuclear weapons, few conjure as much fear and awe as the Russian R-36M2 NATO reporting name Satan. This massive intercontinental ballistic missile, a relic of the Cold War, remains in service today, a testament to Russia's enduring nuclear might. Let us contemplate the potential devastation if a single Satan missile armed with its full payload targeted San Francisco. The R-36M2 boasts a range of approximately 10,000 miles, capable of reaching any corner of the globe. What makes it particularly terrifying is its payload. It can carry up to 10 warheads, each with a yield of up to 20 megatons, over 1,300 times the power of the bomb that leveled Hiroshima. Imagine the sheer destructive force unleashed if even a single one of these warheads detonated over the San Francisco Bay Area. The Golden Gate Bridge, an iconic symbol of the city, would be vaporized in an instant. Alcatraz Island, once a formidable prison, would be reduced to a crater in the bay. The city's famed hills, once offering breathtaking views, would become desolate reminders of the catastrophe. Millions of lives would be lost in the initial blast, with countless others succumbing to radiation sickness and other long-term effects in the aftermath. Section 6. Sarmat, the harbinger of unfathomable destruction. As if the horrors we've discussed weren't enough, Russia has developed a new generation of ICBMs, with the RS-28 Sarmat standing as the most formidable. This behemoth, nicknamed Satan II by NATO, is designed to replace the aging R-36M2, and its capabilities are nothing short of terrifying. While its exact specifications remain shrouded in secrecy, what we do know is deeply concerning. The RS-28 Sarmat boasts a range exceeding 11,000 miles, making it capable of striking any target on Earth. Its potential payload is what makes it truly frightening. While its exact yield remains classified, some estimates suggest it could carry up to 15 independently targetable warheads, each with a yield of up to 750 kilotons. Imagine the sheer scale of destruction if even a fraction of this firepower were unleashed on a densely populated urban center like New York City. The Empire State Building, the Statue of Liberty, Times Square, all would be reduced to rubble in an instant. The 5 boroughs, once teeming with life and activity, would become a desolate wasteland. The surrounding areas, from New Jersey to Long Island, would be engulfed in a radioactive firestorm. The RS-28 Sarmat stands as a chilling reminder of the ever-present threat of nuclear war. Section 7. Beyond the firestorm, the lingering poison of nuclear fallout. The immediate devastation of a nuclear explosion is horrific enough, but the horrors don't end there. Nuclear weapons unleash a silent killer, a lingering poison that contaminates the environment and threatens life for generations to come. Radioactive fallout. This invisible menace spreads silently on the wind, carried by dust and debris, contaminating everything it touches. Imagine a world shrouded in radioactive dust, where the very air we breathe, the water we drink, and the food we eat become sources of slow, agonizing death. This is the grim reality of nuclear fallout. Those who survive the initial blast and firestorm would face a new set of horrors: radiation sickness, cancer, birth defects, and a host of other long-term health problems. The land itself would become poisoned, rendering vast areas uninhabitable for decades, if not centuries. The long-term impact on human civilization would be catastrophic, potentially leading to widespread famine, disease, and societal collapse. Section 8. A world on the precipice, the urgency of nuclear disarmament. The world stands at a crossroads. The destructive power of nuclear weapons has never been greater, and the potential consequences of their use are too horrific to contemplate. The time for complacency is over. We must act now with urgency and determination to rid the world of these weapons of mass destruction. The path forward is clear: nuclear disarmament through international cooperation and diplomacy. We must strengthen existing treaties, work towards new agreements to reduce nuclear stockpiles, and ultimately strive for a world free from the threat of nuclear annihilation. This is not a utopian dream, it is a necessity. The survival of our species and countless others depends on it. We must reject the notion that these weapons are necessary for security. In reality, they make us all less safe. Our shared responsibility, a call for peace in the nuclear age. The power to prevent nuclear war does not rest solely in the hands of world leaders. We, as citizens of this planet, have a shared responsibility to speak out against these weapons and demand a safer world for ourselves and future generations. We must educate ourselves and others about the dangers of nuclear weapons. We must support organizations working towards disarmament and hold our elected officials accountable for their actions. We must choose hope over fear, diplomacy over aggression, and peace over destruction. The choice is ours. Let us choose wisely for the sake of ourselves, our children, and the future of life on Earth.